Welcome to our channel History of Coins, where we explore the hidden gems of numismatics. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare quarter-dollar coins, cause some of these coins hold an incredible history, and some are worth millions. So today, we are gonna uncover the rarest varieties and their values. So make sure to watch the complete video and find out if you have one of these. Now let's continue our today's video. On top one today, we're going to delve into a classic piece of American numismatic history, a coin that's been a staple in many collections, yet still holds surprising value. I'm talking about the 1944 United States 1-cent coin, also known as the 1944 wheat penny. This coin might seem like just another penny, but trust me, there's much more to it than meets the eye. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at how much this simple penny could be worth. The 1944 1-cent coin was produced during a fascinating period in American history, right in the middle of World War II. The design of this penny, featuring the iconic wheat stalks on the reverse side, was a symbol of the country's agricultural roots and strength. This was a time when metal was in high demand for the war effort, and the U.S. Mint faced shortages of copper, which was crucial for manufacturing artillery shells and other military supplies. As a result, the Mint had to get creative with the composition of coins, and that's where the 1944 penny comes into play. During the war, the Mint began using different materials to produce coins, including steel, nickel, and even zinc-coated steel for the 1-cent pieces. This was a temporary change, but it made the 1944 pennies unique in the world of American currency. Although most of the pennies from this year were minted using copper, some of them were mistakenly made using steel. And that's where the real excitement begins for collectors. Why is the 1944 1-cent coin such an important and valuable piece of American history? First and foremost, it's the steel version of the penny that holds the most value. These steel pennies were produced in limited numbers, and they weren't meant to be in circulation for long. They were supposed to be a temporary solution, but a small number of these steel pennies ended up making it into circulation. As you can imagine, the scarcity of these steel pennies has made them highly desirable to collectors today. Now, let's talk about what makes the 1944 steel penny so valuable. As with any coin, the condition of the penny plays a huge role in determining its worth. Most of the steel pennies that you'll find today have been circulated and show signs of wear and tear. They might be discolored, scratched, or even corroded due to the steel composition. But here's the thing. If you're lucky enough to come across one of these steel pennies in exceptional condition, you could be holding onto something much more valuable. Collectors are constantly on the lookout for rare coins in uncirculated or near-mint condition. A 1944 steel penny that's in pristine condition, without the usual wear and discoloration, can fetch a pretty penny, pun intended. But it's not just about the condition. There's also the rarity factor. The number of steel pennies that were produced in 1944 is believed to be very low, making them an elusive find for collectors. If you have a 1944 1-cent coin made from steel, it could be worth significantly more than a regular copper penny. On top of that, there are other factors to consider, such as any minting errors that may have occurred during the production of these coins. Minting errors, such as misprints or misalignments, can add an extra layer of value to a coin. These errors are especially prized by collectors because they are unique and cannot be replicated. A 1944 steel penny with a minting error could be worth a small fortune, especially if it's a particularly rare or unusual mistake. Now, let's get to the most exciting part of the video, the price. If you have a 1944 steel penny in near-mint condition, or one with a rare minting error, you could be sitting on an incredibly valuable coin. Ready for the reveal? A 1944 steel penny in great condition could be worth as much as $87,000. Yes, you heard that right, $87,000. Imagine that. A single penny that could be worth more than a car, or even a house in some places. It's hard to believe that something as simple as a penny could hold so much value. But that's the beauty of coin collecting. The rarity, historical significance, and condition all come together to make this 1944 1-cent coin an absolute treasure. The next time you're sorting through your old coins or checking your change, make sure to take a close look at your 1944 pennies. If you spot a steel version, especially one in great shape or with a minting error, you could be looking at a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars. Don't let these hidden gems pass you by. On top 2, we're about to explore a coin that you probably wouldn't think twice about if you found it in your spare change. That's right, today, we're talking about the 1989 United States quarter dollar. While it may seem like just another run-of-the-mill coin, this particular quarter could be worth far more than you think. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be surprised to learn just how valuable the 1989 quarter could be. Let's start by taking a quick look at the history behind the 1989 quarter. It was released during a very interesting time in U.S. history. The country was in the final years of the 1980s, under the leadership of President George H.W. Bush, and the economy was going through significant transitions. The 1989 quarter is part of the regular Washington quarter series, which was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The coin features a portrait of Washington on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse, which symbolizes the strength and freedom of the United States. Now, at first glance, the 1989 quarter might not seem all that special. It's made of the usual copper-nickel blend, and its design is very much in line with the standard Washington quarter. However, this is where things start to get interesting. Over time, the value of certain coins can increase dramatically due to a combination of factors, such as rarity, condition, and sometimes unique characteristics that set them apart from the rest. The 1989 quarter is no exception to this rule. One of the main reasons the 1989 quarter has gained attention in recent years is due to the rarity of coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition. While millions of these quarters were minted and circulated, not all of them have survived in excellent shape. The majority of 1989 quarters are found with signs of wear and damage from years of being in circulation. However, a select few remain in near-perfect condition, and it's these coins that collectors are particularly interested in. A quarter that has been carefully preserved, showing little to no signs of wear, could be worth far more than its face value. But the value of the 1989 quarter isn't just about its condition. There's another factor that comes into play: the possibility of minting errors. Coin collectors are often on the lookout for coins that have unique characteristics, such as double strikes, misprints, or other anomalies that occurred during the minting process. These errors can drastically increase the value of a coin. If you happen to find a 1989 quarter with a minting error, you might be holding a rare treasure. These types of error coins are highly sought after by collectors because they are one of a kind and can fetch a much higher price than regular, error-free coins. So, how much could the 1989 quarter be worth? Well, this is where the excitement really builds. A regular 1989 quarter in average circulated condition may only be worth its face value, 25 cents. But if you happen to have an uncirculated 1989 quarter, or better yet, one with a minting error, you could be looking at an astounding price. In some cases, a 1989 quarter in top-notch condition can be worth as much as $62,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. A single 1989 quarter could be worth $62,000. That's a massive jump from its humble 25-cent face value. It's incredible to think that a coin that was once just part of everyday change could hold such value today. Now, how do you know if your 1989 quarter might be one of these valuable finds? First, take a close look at the condition of the coin. If it's in perfect or near-perfect shape, without any noticeable wear or scratches, that's a good sign it could be worth more than you think. Next, check for any potential minting errors. Look closely at the design, especially around the edges and lettering. Minting errors, like a double die or misaligned strike, can increase the value of a coin significantly. If you're unsure, consider taking the coin to a professional appraiser or numismatist who can help assess its value. It's important to keep in mind that the market for rare coins can fluctuate over time. So the value of a 1989 quarter could change depending on factors like demand, rarity, and condition. That's why it's always a good idea to stay informed about the latest trends in coin collecting. If you find a valuable coin, it might be worth holding onto it for a while, or even getting it professionally graded to ensure you get the best price if you decide to sell it. In the world of coin collecting, it's the hunt for those rare and valuable pieces that makes the hobby so exciting. Coins like the 1989 quarter remind us that even the most common coins can become treasures if we know what to look for. So, next time you're flipping through a pile of loose change or searching through your old coin collection, don't overlook the quarters. You might just have a rare gem on your hands. On top 3, we're diving deep into a coin that many people overlook, but which could be sitting in your collection or change jar. ready to make you a lot of money. That's right, we're talking about the 1993 United States quarter dollar. While it may seem like just another coin from the past, there's something special about the 1993 quarter that might make it worth far more than its face value. Trust me, you won't want to miss the surprising value of this coin. So stick around until the end for the big reveal. To understand what makes the 1993 quarter stand out, let's take a quick look at its history. The 1993 quarter is part of the Washington Quarter series, which has been in circulation since 1932. Washington, the first president of the United States, has been featured on the obverse of this coin for decades, and the reverse side traditionally depicts an eagle. However, what makes the 1993 quarter particularly interesting is the time in which it was minted. The early 1990s were an era of significant change for the United States, with the country transitioning through economic growth, technological advances, and a shift in political landscapes. The 1993 quarter was part of the regular coinage produced during that time, and millions of these quarters were distributed for everyday use. But here's the catch: like many coins, only a small percentage of them survived in excellent, uncirculated condition, and that's where the value of the 1993 quarter comes into play. Most of the 1993 quarters you'll come across today are heavily worn, having been used in daily transactions. These coins, though still historically interesting, aren't going to bring in much money. However, if you happen to have a 1993 quarter that has been preserved in mint or near mint condition, you could be sitting on a valuable treasure. Coins in pristine condition are far rarer than you might think. Over the years, quarters that were in circulation have seen a lot of wear. They've been tossed in pockets, exchanged in vending machines, and spent in stores, which means they've accumulated scratches, dings, and discoloration. A quarter that remains untouched by time, however, free of the usual signs of wear, commands a much higher value. But here's the exciting part: it doesn't stop there. Some 1993 quarters have a unique feature that makes them even more desirable to collectors, and that's where the real potential for big money comes in: minting errors, which happen when something goes wrong during the coin production process, can significantly increase the value of a coin. While errors are rare, they can make a seemingly ordinary coin worth a small fortune. For the 1993 quarter, there are a few specific errors that collectors actively seek. For example, a double strike error, where the coin has been stamped with the design more than once, or a misaligned die, where the image on the coin is off-center, can dramatically increase its value. If you happen to find a 1993 quarter with a minting flaw like this, it could turn your ordinary coin into a rare, highly coveted piece. So, how much could the 1993 quarter be worth? Well, if you happen to have a flawless, uncirculated example, or better yet, one with a minting error, then you could be in for quite a shock. Some of these 1993 quarters have been known to sell for as much as $57,000. Yes, you heard me right, $57,000 for a single 1993 quarter. It's mind-blowing, isn't it? Who would have thought that a simple coin from 1993 could be worth more than most cars, or even a down payment on a house? But that's the incredible power of rare and error coins in the world of numismatics. Now, you might be wondering, how can you tell if your 1993 quarter is worth this kind of money? First, check the condition of the coin. If it's still in mint condition, with sharp details and no signs of wear, that's a good indication that it's worth more than its face value. Next, look carefully for any minting errors. These can be tough to spot if you're not familiar with coin varieties, so it might be worth consulting with a professional coin grader or taking it to a coin dealer for an expert opinion. Another tip is to get your coin graded by a reputable grading service. Coins that are graded with high scores, such as MS 65 or higher, tend to fetch the highest prices. When a coin is graded, it's evaluated on its condition, rarity, and overall appeal, and a high-grade coin can be worth significantly more than a low-grade version. If your 1993 quarter is in great condition and has a unique error, getting it professionally graded can help you unlock its true value. The market for rare and valuable coins can fluctuate, so it's important to stay up to date on the latest trends in coin collecting. That being said, even if your 1993 quarter is worth only a fraction of that $57,000, it could still fetch a nice amount compared to its face value. And who knows, you might just have a rare gem on your hands. As always, it's important to handle these valuable coins carefully. If you think you've found something special, make sure to store it properly in a protective holder to prevent any damage. Proper storage will ensure that the coin stays in the best possible condition and retains its value over time. Before we wrap up, I want to remind you that coin collecting isn't just about making money, although that's a nice bonus. It's about appreciating the history and stories behind each coin. The 1993 quarter, for example, tells a part of the story of the United States during the early 90s, and it can be a fascinating addition to any collection. On top 4, we're diving into the world of one of the most fascinating coins from the United States, the 1993 quarter dollar. You might be thinking, it's just a quarter, but trust me, this coin could be worth way more than you think. Stick with me until the end, and I'll reveal the astonishing amount this quarter could fetch today. Now, let's begin by talking about the 1993 quarter's history. The United States Mint produced this coin as part of the regular issue circulating quarters. Like most of the quarters minted in the early 90s, the 1993 design features George Washington on the obverse side. Washington's portrait has been on the quarter since 1932, but it's the reverse side of the coin that might interest you the most. This is the year when the America the Beautiful quarters program hadn't yet begun, so the design was the traditional eagle design, a symbol of strength and freedom. You may think this coin is just another standard circulating quarter, but there's much more beneath the surface. It turns out that this seemingly regular coin is hiding something special that could make it incredibly valuable to the right person. Rare minting error that has caught the attention of collectors around the world. This isn't just any error, it's a double die error. What's that, you ask? Well, it's when a coin gets struck twice by the same die, which causes the design to appear doubled or blurry. While most minting errors are easy to overlook, the 1993 double die quarter stands out. The error makes the letters and numbers on the coin appear thicker and sometimes even doubled. This might sound like a small detail, but it's a crucial one. Collectors prize coins with minting errors because they are one-of-a-kind pieces, and the more noticeable the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. A double die error means that this coin was struck imperfectly, something that doesn't happen every day, and that's exactly what makes it so special. Now, you might be wondering, how can I tell if I have one of these rare error coins? Well, if you come across a 1993 quarter, take a closer look at the lettering and the details. If you notice any doubling of the text or any blurry edges, you might just have a quarter that could change your life. Pay attention to areas like the date, liberty, and in God we trust. If these elements look off, you've likely found a coin that's worth far more than its face value. But it doesn't stop there. Let's talk about the market value of these special error quarters. The general 1993 quarter might be worth just a quarter, or maybe even a little more depending on its condition, but the rare 1993 double die error? That's a different story. This coin, because of its rarity and the unique double die feature, can be worth an eye-popping amount to the right collector. If you happen to have one of these error coins in great condition, it could be worth as much as $61,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $61,000 for a single 1993 quarter. That's more than most people make in a year. And it's all thanks to this tiny minting flaw. While finding one of these rare coins might seem like a long shot, it's worth checking your quarters, especially if they look like they've been struck more than once. If you're one of the lucky few to find a 1993 double die quarter, here's a tip. Don't clean it. Cleaning can damage the coin and decrease its value. Instead, store it safely in a protective case. And if you think you've found something valuable, get it appraised by a professional coin expert who can confirm its worth. On top 5, we've got something special to share with you, something that might be sitting in your collection, unnoticed, but could be worth far more than you think. You may have seen it many times in your spare change, but do you know the hidden potential of the 1997 United States quarter dollar? While it may look like a typical coin, there's a fascinating story behind it, and it could just be your ticket to a significant payday. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be shocked by what this little quarter could be worth. Let's start with some background on the 1997 quarter. This coin is part of the Washington Quarter series, a collection that's been around since 1932. The design of the coin has remained relatively consistent over the years, with George Washington's iconic portrait appearing on the front and an eagle on the back. The 1997 quarter falls into a time when the U.S. was in the midst of technological advances and economic change, with the world rapidly moving toward the internet age. The 1997 quarter was minted in large quantities, meaning that it was widely circulated across the country. In fact, millions of these coins were produced, and like most coins, they were used in everyday transactions, bought, sold, and spent in stores, vending machines, and through countless other exchanges. While these coins were produced in such large numbers, the ones in pristine, uncirculated condition are much harder to find. Now, here's where it gets interesting. As you know, most coins that are used in daily transactions experience wear and tear. They get scratched, worn down, and lose some of their sharpness over time. It's almost impossible to find a coin from this era that looks as good as the day it was minted, but that's exactly what makes the 1997 quarter special. The rare, uncirculated versions of this coin are highly desirable among collectors. Coins that have been carefully stored away in mint condition are far more valuable than those that have been through years of circulation. But wait, there's more. The 1997 quarter, like many other coins, can also have some valuable minting errors that make it even more appealing to collectors. Minting errors happen when something goes wrong during the production process, and they can result in coins with flaws like double strikes, misaligned dies, or off-center images. These errors can add significant value to an otherwise common coin. And if you're lucky enough to find a 1997 quarter with one of these rare minting mistakes, you could have a coin that's worth far more than face value. But what kind of money are we talking about? Well, hold onto your seats, because the value of the 1997 quarter is much higher than you might expect. If you happen to have one of these quarters in perfect condition or with a rare minting error, it could be worth as much as $47,000. Yes, you heard me right, $47,000. For a single 1997 quarter. It's hard to believe, isn't it? But when you consider the rarity of these uncirculated coins and the potential for valuable minting errors, it makes perfect sense why collectors are willing to pay top dollar for them. So, how can you tell if your 1997 quarter is worth this kind of money? The first thing to do is examine the condition of the coin. Does it look like it's in pristine, mint condition? If it does, you might be in luck. Coins that have been well preserved and remain free from any damage or wear are highly prized by collectors. The next thing you want to look for is any potential minting errors. While these errors are rare, they can make a huge difference in the value of the coin. Look for signs of misalignment, double strikes, or any other abnormalities in the design. If you're not sure whether your coin has an error or is in good enough condition to be worth something, it's a good idea to consult with a professional coin grader or coin dealer. These experts can give you a more accurate assessment of your coin's value and help you understand how much it could fetch on the market. Getting your coin graded by a reputable service is the best way to determine its value, and a high-grade coin can command a much higher price than a coin with lower grades. Another important thing to consider is that coin values can fluctuate over time. The market for rare and collectible coins is constantly evolving, and as demand for coins like the 1997 quarter grows, their value can increase. If you have one of these rare, well-preserved coins or error coins, now might be a great time to have it appraised and consider selling it. Or, if you're a collector, you might want to hold onto it and see how its value continues to rise in the coming years. The world of coin collecting can be incredibly rewarding, especially when you discover that one of your coins is worth far more than you ever expected. Coins like the 1997 quarter remind us that there's always the potential for hidden treasures, just waiting to be uncovered. So, the next time you come across a 1997 quarter in your change, take a second look. It might just be the valuable coin you've been searching for. If you're still wondering how a simple quarter from 1997 could be worth $47,000, it all comes down to rarity, condition, and those unexpected minting errors that make these coins stand out in the world of numismatics. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just starting out, the excitement of discovering a coin with a surprising value is always worth the hunt. If you enjoyed today's video and want to learn more about rare coins and how to spot them, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on a new discovery. Thanks for watching, and remember, there's always a possibility that you're holding a valuable piece of history in your hands. Keep your eyes peeled, and happy collecting!